says, I agree with you about white women leading the white race. I have wondered if they, and you know what, let me just point out something. There are probably over 10 white female content creators who have big audiences, very large, and have said to others in private that they find me to be offensive. What is it offensive? And they're in these spheres. What is it that is offensive about me? It's that I am not submissive to women. So these women, and this is the coup of the leadership of the white race by women. As I said, controlling economically and legally and socially and sexually, right? That's like the four big. And now with the internet moving, and this is a slow moving but very visible coup for the leadership of the white race. And they find a masculine white male to be immensely offensive. And so they don't want to talk. They take great umbrage to me. I mean, there was one of them, one of the first ones. She told way too much to some people that she shouldn't have talked to if she wanted to keep the things secret. But all of these women have all demonstrated that they find the masculinity and the domination to be offensive to and objectionable to what is clearly their goal, and that is to be a thought leader for the white race. And they'll happily sort of balance it out with emasculated guys as long as they're bolstering them up. Women always do that. But I mean, matriarchies don't survive in nature. They do not survive in nature. So what will happen is if white females are able to continue, and with this coup, they literally take over the thought, content creation, and leadership of the white race, then a patriarchy of another race will finish us off. That's what will happen. Matriarchies never came down to us because they fail in the face of patriarchy. End of conversation. There are no examples of matriarchy because they don't work in nature. End of conversation. One of these days, I'll give you their names and the things that they've said. Brian writes on, though. He says, I have wondered if they see themselves caught in the very center of global racial peacekeepers, minding the middle between multiculturalism, we use multiracialism, but and World War III. Quote, only they can keep us all from getting hurt, close quote. Speaking of the good white women, of course, thanks. And so thoughts and thanks. Great question. There's no doubt that there are going to be white women out there who believe that their voice will staunch more wounds and prevent more injury. That doesn't make them right, and it doesn't make them tolerable either. So there comes a time when when the hysterical woman demanding that we placate and give more has to be slapped in the face, metaphorically, and men just have to assume the rightful role of leader. And that time is now. In one way or another, that time is now, or it's over. So there are going to be some, though, that, yes, think that they're doing the right thing, even though it's objectively wrong. That doesn't mean that, we handle them any more delicately. There's a job that has to be done. Whether she honestly thinks that more placation, more appeasement, more female control over leadership is the right thing, or she cynically makes those claims because she just wants to be enthroned and empowered, as is the case with, I mean, how are you going to have a female content creator and that not be the case for her? Really?